Hi, it's Ed. Welcome to the dialogue. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you're all warm, snug, and enjoying a good, fat, hearty meal today. I want you to remember there's plenty of people that are going without, so let's be thankful for everything that we have. It's a time of the year. It's difficult for me most of the time to go through this time of the year because I lost my mother back in 2002, and this time of the year always reminds me of my mother. The Thanksgiving, the Christmas, and the gathering time. You know, my mother was a very special woman, and it's hard to understand when you're young how special your parents are. And when you lose your parents, it's devastating. You may think you hate your parents, you want to be away from your parents, but when you lose them and you have nobody to turn to for that parental guidance, you will realize how thankful you are for your parents. Your parents are the best gift on earth. Always respect your parents. If you have a issue with your parents, confront them and talk to them. Listen to rationale about what your parents are saying. They've been through a lot. They are wise. They're hopefully out after your best interest. So always remember to love your parents. Brown Lion, thank you for joining. Yes, always respect your parents. It is a beautiful thing. When you lose them, you realize all that they do for you. So you always want to be respectful and cordial to your parents. You know, bend your will and listen to them. They brought you into the world. So remember that. I'm thankful for a lot. My mother and father, they did a good job showing us how to be thankful. My father was a World War II vet, and my mother, I could never really understand when I was young why she would bring homeless people and veterans into the house on Thanksgiving when it should be for the family. And oh, no. It is to open up and be thankful and share your thoughts, your meal, your happiness, your world, you know, and to see the different faces and the joy that a meal can bring, just a simple gathering. I miss those days, you know, the heartfelt love that my mother put into preparing and making sure everybody was fed. I could never totally grasp that when I was young. I do now. It's a beautiful thing. So when we're setting down to Thanksgiving, be thankful for everything. Be thankful and look for the little things to be thankful for. I want to thank Alex the Friday for turning me on to Alan Watts. I am today listening to, I put a link to Alan Watts, this topic that he's talking about is pretty interesting. I love to be challenged in my own thought. You know, it's it's nice to have thought, opinion, but it's also nice to be challenged with your thought. And this Alan Watts, with this particular, I've only listened to the first 10 minutes this morning. I plan on listening to the rest of it. But in the first 10 minutes of this video, he's already challenging the status quo on religion. Brown Lion, my mother was a great woman. I miss her so much. Her heart was bigger than the whole world itself. And the love that woman shared, I will never see it again in this world. I don't believe I will, because my mother was a very special woman. And I believe every mother is a special person. And I invite you to always think of every day as Mother's Day, because they are the most special person in the world. And when I lost my mother, my wife now is my most precious person in the world. You know, so mothers are wonderful. And I love to share stories about my mother. My mother has been through a lot. When she was alive, she endured, and she did not show a lot of hurt, and how she shouldered all of it was very impressive. So I really love my mother. I miss her dearly. So yeah, Thanksgiving is a time that I always think of Mom. And my mother was born in December. She was born December 28th, and she died December 27th. So she passed away. And the odd thing is, my dog wants to play with her squeak toy. Excuse me. But my mother passed on the day before her birthday, and she called me the day before, and she actually said, "Ed, I'm dying." And it really threw me for a loop. And I said, "Ma, please don't talk like that. You know, I'll be coming down to see you." And she was in the hospital. And that's a bad time for me. But yeah, it is one of those hard things to remember. So Thanksgiving is just a time I really put a lot of thought into family, friends, and the time that we have here on earth, and how special it really truly is. My mother, she was an incredible woman, but every mother is incredible. Alan Watts, yeah, I really enjoy. I think he's a very insightful person, and I think his intellect is very, very good. And I intend to watch all of his things that are on this particular playlist. So, yeah, I don't know if I will always agree, but I love thought-provoking discussion. It enlightens people. It brings the best out in them if you truly sit down and listen. So I believe he's going in the right direction with this particular talk, how dead the church is. and we have to realize, we all live in this world together, and it's about getting through it the best that we can. What's on the other side? No person that is alive can truly tell you what is there. So, yeah, we do decide to put restraints on ourselves. A lot of people live inside of a box. I don't believe a box is the place for me. I believe I'm going to bust the box open and see everything that I can see. And I challenge everybody to do that, because insight is key for everything. And if you're unwilling to challenge your own belief, it's not much of a belief. Myself, I believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. And I do look at other religions. I've looked at many religions. Every person is on a personal journey, and it's up to that individual to decide which road are you going to take. And if you're unwilling to challenge every step of your life, you're living inside that box, and you're not willing to open up the constraints that people put on you. So challenge everything that is told to you, and believe what you understand to be true, and even challenge that. Always challenge yourself. Challenging others in thought, it's not always the best practice. So to sit and argue about trivial things is just nonsense. And I believe we have made religion trivial, politics trivial, and we like to have a boxing ring with these subjects instead of really slowing down and trying to understand what is going on. And until we open up and we try to understand everything that is out there, we'll never truly understand why we believe the way we believe. So, yeah, challenge everything. And I try to do that. I'm not right. I never claim to be right. Excuse me. But I do challenge everything that I am told, because it's up to me to ultimately decide what path I'm going to take. So, yeah, I love to discuss anything. And, politics and religion, those two subjects basically drive the world. And when we just want to put the boxing gloves on instead of our thinking caps, we really are going backwards instead of going forwards. We're not going anywhere. Fighting each other will never change anything. It will cause more hurt, more misunderstanding, and more violence in the world. So until we can settle our emotion down and come to a place where we can talk, this gray area in the middle, and have a very open and heartfelt discussion, that's what's going to change the world. And Alan Watts, that's a type of person that he's a thought provocateur. And I like people that put those thoughts out so others can grab a hold and try to make sense of the world. It's confusing out there. Here, for an example, this is just an example. I prepared for a Thanksgiving show, and it's kind of taken a new course here. But anyway, how 10 countries, how 10 different countries all celebrate a form of Thanksgiving. I was curious, how many countries actually celebrate Thanksgiving? Is America the only one? So I went and I checked it out, and I found this interesting that so many different countries, they follow some sort of a Thanksgiving custom. And I thought I would find more than 10. However, it seems to be a custom directed more towards the Western world. And I find just little things like that, trivial pursuit, it's a good thing to think about, because it opens you up to thinking beyond what you have been raised in. So I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for the ability to have my own thoughts and to sit and listen to others. I find that amazing, because when I listen to other people, that usually drives my own thoughts, and it makes me think about the world instead of sitting idle in the world. When you live in a world that is dictated and mandated by laws and regulations, we have to be involved. We have to get a grip on it. We have to get an understanding of the processes so we can be involved ourselves, because I don't want to be having everybody dictate for me, because people are misguided. And until we can sit down and talk openly about religion, politics, and just what makes each other tick, I think we need more of it. And that's why I'm on Dialogue. I find it thought-provoking. I find it insightful. And I think it's going to build a community of thinkers. So it's important to have the ability to open up. When you can open up and you can express, it takes away aggressive thought, aggressive behaviors, because open expression is the most beautiful thing. This is how we get different songs, different paintings, different architectural designs. The most innovative thought comes from free thinking, not oppression. So that's what I'm thankful for. I am thankful that I allow myself the ability to open my mind up to others and not put myself in that box. I want to say thank you to Craig Allen. Craig Allen, I enjoyed that he took the time out to step outside the box. Craig Allen is a host here on Dialogue, and you can go to the front page, find him and Ty, both. They do a great job on their show. They're pretty expert at what they do. So I find all of these shows interesting on Dialogue. I find a community building, and I'm impressed. I saw Jake Trapper and Ben Stiller on Dialogue. Wonderful thing, man. A lot of people are intimidated and they won't step up after they see somebody like that come up on the microphone, and they don't want to share after that. Well, that's a sad thing, that people find themselves intimidated by other people's thoughts and opinions. Those men are bright, intelligent men, and you find a lot of thought here. So that's what Dialogue's about, is getting out there, talking, putting your story out, guiding others with your wisdom, your thought, your innermost desires. So it's a great thing to have Dialogue. And I don't have much family that is close with me anymore. I have my wife, I have my cousin, I have a brother that stays in touch basically daily, and I'm thankful for that. I am thankful that they take the time to think about me. So as we get older, we find ourselves separating from the ones that we love the most. And I think we need to really concentrate on family value just a little bit more. A lot of people spend most of their lives working. So think about it. You go to work. Typically, a lot of people work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's a lot of time at work. That's a lot of time away from your family. So be thankful of every moment you get with your family. When you lose siblings and you lose your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, be thankful for family. It's a time to think of them and reach out to them. Be inviting to others. And if you have the ability, share with others. Open up to them. It's a great feeling. And when we can do it with passion and feeling and understanding towards others, that's when you can truly be thankful. So I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to my spill. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Think about your family, your friends, and truly what you are thankful for. I hope it's not trivial, and I hope it's not intrinsic. I hope it's more personal. I hope it's love. So I'm Ed, and I want to thank you for joining the dialogue today. Ed, Free Circle, out.